My fields of research are about modeling and optimization of renewable energy system like PV systems, CSP, and wind energy systems. I come from Tunisia. As you can see on this map, that Tunisia is located on the middle of the southern coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Our population is about 10.78 million. Our gross developing product is about 45.66 million USA dollars, and this GDP has a growth rate of 3.6%. Our energy balance recorded a deficit of 1.6 megaton equivalent petrol, and our energy intensity is about 0.32 TERS per 1,000 Tunisian dinar. Here I would like to precise that 1 Tunisian dinar is about 0.45 euro. And our emissions are about 28,000 kiloton equivalent CO2. I come from my city. Our National Engineering School was created in 1987, and students can use for speech, such as electrical engineering, energy engineering, textile engineering, and mechanical engineering. And since the date of creation, our school issued more than 4,600 energy engineering diploma, more than 850 master, about 170 PhDs, and more than accreditation to supervise research, habilitation universitaire en français. Our school is a member of two prestigious networks, the Desertec University Network and the network, the Mediterranean Network of engineering schools. There are two ways to access to our National Engineering School. The first one, which is the principal, and which ensure 95% of the incoming students is students after the secondary education have to pass 2 years after the secondary education have to pass 2 years at preparatory engineering phases. After that, students have to pass a national competitive exam, and depending on their rank, they can direct it to the National Engineering School of Monastir, and in where they pass 3 years of training. The second way is dedicated for excellent students having licence diploma or bachelor's diploma. So after the secondary education, they pass 3 years at an institute of energy, like the Institute of Energy of Garza. After that, they pass a specific national competitive exam, and depending on their rank, they can direct it to the National Engineering School of Monastir. After passing 3 years, students will have their National Engineer diploma. Before talking about our training program at the Energy Engineering Department. I would like to present the national energy context of Tunisia. As you can see, we have two periods, before 2000 and after 2000. Before 2000, the year 2000, our resources of primary energy are greater than our demand. And since the year 2000, our demand exceeds our production in terms of primary energy. On the other hand, here I present the Tunisian energy intensity. One can observe that this indicator decreased about 26% between 1990 and 2011. On the other hand, in this slide, I show you our renewable energy potential. Here, you can see the wind atlas for Tunisia, and one can observe that we have an acceptable wind potential at every region of Tunisia. On the right, you can observe the solar energy potential. Covered area are the area having an average greater than 1,000 training program is supported by 2 summer internships. Students after the first year, they have to pass 1 month as an internship in an industry, and the second, after the second year, the same thing. Students have to pass a second internship at the industry. Our programs is supported also by many industrial visits. Here we can see visits to food factory, and this visit is to the energy center of the Technical University of Dresden. Students who choose to forward their education to the doctoral or PhD studies, they can do that at our National Engineering School. In our National Engineering School, we have 1 research laboratory, which is the Laboratory of Thermal Energy System, and 2 research units. The first one is the Thermal and Thermodynamics of Industrial Process Research Unit, and the second is the Metrology and Energy System Unit. Since the creation of the doctoral school at our National Engineering School of Monastir, we issued more than 160 master diploma, more than 90 PhDs, and 5 accréditations to supervise research, habilitation universitaire en français. Now I would like to talk about the international cooperation that we have at our department. We have 1 good diplomation program, DL program with Polytechnique de Lyon. Here, students, they pass only 1 year at our National Engineering School and pass 2 years at the Polytechnique de Lyon. After that, they have the diploma of our department and the diploma of the Polytechnique de Lyon. The second action that we have the several cooperation activity with foreign academic institutions. We are currently underway with the École Centrale de Lyon, l'INSAL de Lyon, l'École Supérieure Mécanique de Marseille, l'Université Technologique du Compiègne, l'ENSMA du Poitiers, l'Université d'Orléans, l'Université de Sherbrooke en Canada, Collège militaire royal du Canada, the University of Toronto in Canada, the University of Moncton. The opportunity for our graduates, thanks to the acquired cross-training, the energy engineers had various professional activity in various branches. In industry, such as STEG. STEG is the National Company of Production of Energy. ALIMI, the National Agency for Energy Conservation. NPU, National Agency for Protection, for Environment Protection. CTEP, Steel, ETAP are 3 petroleum company. CPG, company of phosphate of Gersan, chemical group, cement factory, brake factory, and in heating and air conditioning branch. Students also can work on consulting and studies, and students doing their PhD, so they will work on education and research. Bueno, thank you. Gracias por su atención.
Well, thank you so much, Maxi. I don't know how to say in Arabic. Shukran.
It's easier.
Yeah, it looks like it's I got the
But I'm not sure.
I got the opportunity to practice this day.
But I'm not sure if I spell it correctly.
Well,
Gracias por su atención.
Well, everything is fine. This is not needed. But that's fine. So thank you so much. Well, as before, I think it's important to make some feedback. I'm curious from my side. I start perhaps just to encourage later on the debate. I'm curious. You have shown.
I think you are using too much the chairman position, because all the time you are starting with the question.
Sorry. So probably because let's start from your side, because I see that sometimes the audience is a little bit shy.
Yeah.
So, well, let's see if this time the audience is not so shy, because I think that we're making some jokes.
I told you this because I have 2 questions.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Firstly, I would like to know, because I don't really know how does it work in Tunisia, which institution today is...
It's very easy. It works very easy.
Yeah, no, but I don't know all the institutions there. I would like to know who is financing R&D. Do you have today in Tunisia an institutional agency which are financing R&D? And if yes, who is doing this? It would be the first question. The second one, I was a little bit surprised to see for all the partners. Yeah, this one, it was with the cooperation with the academic institutions.
Yeah.
My feeling is you have here only French-speaking institutions. How is it with other institutions in the US, in Germany, in Spain?
Yes, I began by answering the second question. As you can see that our education system is a French education system. In Germany, the system is bachelor, master, and PhD.
No, now it's new. In Germany, it was also you had the engineering degree. They changed the system since that every 3 or 4 years. But in the past years also the engineering degree.
Yeah, and the other thing is that the language of teaching is French, and many of our professors are French university diplomas. So that's why we have a great link with the French. The Canada here, for example, this university is English speaking university, and this one is an English one.
Sorry, you can say we have also the university in Spain and the university of Aragon.
Oh oui, oh oui. Voilà. Okay, here I detailed. Here I detailed only the cooperation in the training of energy engineering training, but not on the research programs. This project, this research project is done with the university. Yeah. And the first question is about?
The first question was about the agency.
We have in Tunisia a similar center as yours, the Research Energy Center of Borj Sedriye. This is an R&D center dedicated to the energy fields.
But it's not an agency.
Agency, we have the ALIMI.
This is the Minister of the
Higher education.
Yeah, for education, co-finance research. There's no agency of research.
But are there some specific dedicated calls, like the ones that IRSN launched in Morocco, for instance? Or?
No. It's a center dedicated only to do research.
I spoke about funding.
Funding. Okay, funding. The National Agency of Conservation of Energy has funded many projects, such as the hydrogen projects.
But unfortunately, it's only there are projects, not programs.
Yes.
It works by projects.
Yeah, les projets fédérés, federal project. For example, I know one project on the hydrogen production, storage, and energy sales. This project is financed by the National Agency of Energy Conservation, and they implicate many universities such as ENIM, National Engineering School of Tunis, ENIM, National Engineering of Monastir.
You say it's enough? Is it enough?
No. Ahmed, he told about the Moby Doc, but I will tell you about the story. In our university in Monastir, we sent more than 5,000 letters to see the need of the industries. We received only 5%. And this 5% answer, they ask about the program, and they don't expose their needs. That's the problem. In Tunisia, students and professors look for the needs of university, for industries, and not the inverse.
Yes, it was also then the case. It's also a little bit also the case in Morocco.
Yeah.
So I would like to mention that INSA de Lyon is in our internal university network. So it's interesting that you have already a link with them. Another point which is interesting in your presentation is connection with industry, because one of our goals is to plan a period for students from northern, from Europe to industry in south and the reverse, of course. And it would be very interesting to have some, we say, examples of this connection with the industry that you manage.
Okay, for example, this year we have our students will do more than 100 final project study. More than 90% of them are done in industries, and about six of them are done in foreign country, in France and in Canada, and I think one in Spain.
So that's a very good experience for us.
So perhaps in the Magrinov project we can encourage or we can support to look for internship for our students in Spain or the European countries. And we can do the same thing in Tunisian countries.
And I would like also then to give you my business card, or also to give you the link of our internet site, because it's a little bit unfortunately or sadly we have the participation for since 3 years for our call for proposals for the participation of German universities or research centers, French universities, Spanish also university institutions, but not from the minority. Even if we are financing research institutions, they will receive 100%, up to 500,000 euros.
Just I would like to return on the German experience. After last study trip to Germany, we are working now to establish a master programs with the University of Kassel and with the University of Cairo dedicated to renewable energy and energy efficiency in the Middle East and North Africa regions.
I want to continue in that sense. It has existing a cooperation between Moroccan and Tunisian university, which called Action Intégrée, Programme des Actions Intégrées. And I think it is necessary for this program to collect other information from collaboration existing between countries, Spain, Morocco, between two governments, and to connect this program with the Maghreb North, because perhaps there are some other collaboration in the field of energy, and I think we can complement the founding between the whole program. I don't know if you know. In my last
I know that there are some call for project.
1 month, etc.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because we can conduct some thesis.
A research
Yes,
program.
yes.
Here, just I expose only the program.
Je veux juste dire qu'il y a d'autres programmes entre le Maroc et la Tunisie.
Why not? Why not? We are here to see the different opportunities to make cooperation and to have links with the partner of the Maghreb project.
And coming from the 4,600 engineer diploma from the EU. Okay.
But excuse me, have you sent the answer to this form?
But I'm always in relationship with my teachers there, and the problem now that the course that you give to your students is not updated. It's not updated regarding to the need of our balanced energy, of the demand of the engineer that we need in the industry engineers. This is very good, very important program that we have now engineers. I am in the industry and I see the kind of engineer that we have. Theoretic, practic, nothing. This is Morocco engineer and Tunisian engineer, same thing. I have a Morocco engineer now in the industry. Theory, good. And practice, nothing.
I can answer you, and I told you that we worked hardly for 2 years to establish a new program. This program will begin the next year, next September. And
Quelle sera la différence? Quelle sera la différence?
for this new program, we make a consultation with industrials partners. The difference, for example, in the third year, here students have to choose between, for example, between two options: energy and environment. The second one is thermal system. For the new program, students here, they will choose from 5 options: renewable energy, and in this option we will dedicate volume horaire intéressant pour l'enseignement des énergies renouvelables. The second one is energy and environment. The third one is oil and gas engineering. The third one is energy. The fourth one is energy efficiency, and the fifth one is for heating, cooling, and air conditioning. And our student can choose to pass their third year not at our national engineering school. If one of our students look for curricula that we don't offer at our national engineering school, they can choose an international option. For example,
you know, it's a good thing, but I think you're also still speaking about another theory, another good one theory, but he's speaking more about the practical side. And I have to say, for example, my position is
theory, for example, in Tunisia, you know that in the year 2030, we must have 30% of our demand, of our needs of energy must be renewable energy.
Yeah.
So the renewable energy must be not an option, must be obligatory.
Yeah.
It must be not option, it will be obligatory. Not 3 months.
Ahmed.
Not only 3 months, it must be 6 months. Or
Ahmed, I couldn't expose the new program. I couldn't expose the new program because we haven't the accreditation yet. We need to have the accreditation. Then I will expose you. I will send you the new program, and I will have to receive feedback.
Do you have enough equipment to do tous les TP, les TD, est-ce que vous avez suffisamment d'équipement? Parce que là, ce qu'il faut voir, moi c'est un bon modèle, c'est un modèle allemand, je connais bien, il y en a peut-être d'autres. Et ce qui était bien dans les écoles d'ingénieurs d'application, les TFA, les Technische Fachhochschulen, c'est que quand ils avaient les financements pour les laboratoires, pour les travaux pratiques, les TD, etc., et ils suivaient toujours les besoins actuels, ou à un moment, ce qu'ils ont rajouté, c'était très intéressant. Et je pensais que vous alliez parler de ça pour la dernière année. Ils passaient 6 mois, absolument, ils passaient 6 mois dans l'industrie. Ils passaient 6 mois chez monsieur, on passait 6 mois, l'État va lui donner une petite somme pour le soutenir, et puis de temps en temps, ils vont venir.
You know the Delta Lab, you know HQ equipment fournisseur des équipements. They visited our department and they told to us that our department is a showroom for all the equipment that they have. For the equipment we have many equipments in different fields of energy engineering.
I want to add something.
Well, there is something
Excuse me.
coming from that side. Yeah, please.
I think that the problem is about the practical aspects. We have good theoretical courses, but the problem is the practical aspect, and I think that is that we have this problem for all the energy engineering programs, not only for energy.
The problem is we must get the cross training aspect, formation générale, because we haven't enough job opportunities. If we know, for example, that we need 50 engineers in the field of PV solar energy, so we can dedicate one program to PV energy sector. The problem in Tunisia is a very small market for
Now, for PV, if you will find us 25 engineers, especially formed in PV, they will find work tomorrow.
Okay, if I listen
La commande, c'est bien.
Aujourd'hui,
Oui.
Ahmed,
Si vous avez la commande pour 25, c'est bien. Mais le problème d'un formateur en général, c'est ça. C'est-à-dire, il est partagé entre la formation générale pour élargir le champ du job pour l'étudiant et nos entreprises. N'oubliez pas que ce sont en majorité des PME. Et ils demandent à un ingénieur d'être électricien, d'être mécanicien, d'être informaticien, d'être tout. Et donc, par conséquent, il veut quelqu'un de généraliste et de flexible.
Et on n'a pas beaucoup de PME.
Voilà.
je suis tout à fait d'accord
Ça,
avec
c'est le
vous.
grand
Mais quand on a un ingénieur
Regardez les
énergéticien,
grandes écoles comme Centrale en France et tout, elles forment des
oui,
généralistes.
mais quand on a un ingénieur énergéticien qui ne sait pas la différence, ne connaît pas la différence entre un capteur thermique et un capteur photovoltaïque,
non, you exagérez.
Si, voilà. Je vous dis que c'est la réalité, mon ami.
Et ben, ça, c'est-
Moi, je suis élève ENIM, donc je suis ingénieur ENIM. J'adore ENIM. Je ne suis pas ici pour vous critiquer, non, au contraire. Ça, c'est une critique positive.
Oui,
Moi, je vous assure, j'ai 2 ou 3 ingénieurs énergéticiens qui ne font pas la différence entre du thermique et du photovoltaïque.
ça, c'est autre chose.
Là, monsieur, je pense que vous avez vu.
I told you about the 5 options in our new programs. I don't know how to say dosage. The distribution of engineering studies it will depend on the feedback of industrial demand. If you told to me that you need 20 engineers specialized in PV system, the next year I will directed 30 students to do the option of renewable energy.
But then he has to hire the people.
And then you can find funding to make capacity building for the students.
So we waited to come here to Barcelona to see this opportunity. That's great. I am happy. I am happy for that.
Let me tell you.
And then I hope you will participate to our call for proposals.
Oh, why not?
Because as I said, since 3 years, for us, it's excuse me, this is now I could not say I can say Spain has enough money, and even if they have enough money for R&D, they are participating, because it's not more the case. I hope you will have more money. But I was surprised to see that German institutions, American institutions, French institutions are sending the proposals, and not Algerian or Tunisian institutions. Okay, maybe Algeria I could understand now, but it's not
Because they send the problem.
I will do it. I will do it, inshallah.
In any case, let me tell you, I think it's very interesting, extremely interesting this debate. Thank you, really thank you for that. Because I take opportunity to tell you that my previous question has been, my initial question has been already answered to you. So the different topics that you deal in your energy degree. I think it's very important what you have said about the connection of industry and university. We have a structure in a way in Kiki Energy, which I think it's quite good. Probably some more details will come tomorrow in the presentation of Enrique Velo about the Master of Renewable Energy. But let me tell you now just one. We identify different steps in our educational programs to be connected with industry. And these steps are the design of the program. This means that the content, we ask industry about the so-called intended learning outcomes of the program in order to have the input from industry. So in the design of the, we are very interested that industry participates in the design of the program. So choosing if the courses are fine, if we have to change something, if the specializations are fine, or if we have to change something, or as you were saying, creating new courses or something like that. Fine. Second step, selection. We ask the industries to tell us which selection criteria would you like to use in our programs to select the students. Because in order for us to select the applicants, if we don't have any other input, we usually select based on the academic excellence of the candidates. So in the previous performance and so, but of course, we can use additional selection criteria, and we're open to that. More, we want to work all together in the promotion of the program, because I think this is a win-win situation. If we promote our programs in cooperation with industry, it's clear that this is good for the universities, that's clear, but I think it's also good for the industry, because then you promote yourselves, and then you direct a little bit the interest of the students, that the students that prospectively think about working in a certain industry, if they see the name of the industry there, they will apply for this program. Then we're also open to lecturing participation of the industry. This means that we have, of course, we have specialists in industry that can contribute in certain topics, and then this is extremely valorized by the students. Extremely. So it's something, because I think that the university professors are good, but it is good to combine also. Okay, I think it's very good. It's very healthy. I think it's very healthy.
For this last point, as you can see in the academic staff, we have actually two contractual industrial experts.
Okay.
And as I told the next year we will dedicate an option for the energy, for the oil and gas engineering. You know, in our department we have not professor specialized in this field, but we think to participate, to invite experts, industrial experts in this field to participate in our education. So we believe that the participation of industrial experts is a valorization factory for our courses.
We will see in the afternoon what is the demand today of industry PV engineers. Industry program, not industry program, the PV program engineers. What is the demand there?
Yeah.
It is more than 100 engineers, you will see.
Okay. I will help for our future students in our engineering department.
No, but I think that we can take the opportunity in the meeting we have after the sessions. Okay. Let me just tell you that even besides from the lecturing coming from the industry, we are structuring the internships and the master thesis being done all together, because we think that the best way for an internship to be efficient is to have a long internship. If a student is doing an internship of 1 month in industry, yeah, exactly. You don't enter into the details. You
just
go
to see how to
exactly. So then we think it is better to align, to match the master's thesis, which is usually 6 months in duration. I assume it's the same in your case. So to align the master's thesis and the internship to be the same, and then in cooperation with the industry. We need a person working on that, no? And then this is the ideal situation. Of course, we have to build everything. Of course, we have to
alternative.
Of course,
system,
but
like in France,
the idea is to offer
Germany.
this possibility. Okay.
6 months in university, 6 months in all the time.
Exactly. And then finally, we cooperate in job recruitment. So, of course, if industry is interested in our graduates, that's fantastic. Okay. So that's a summary of what we're doing, and we can talk later on. But I think that that's important here is to share our experiences, because perhaps our experience is not perfect. So I'm open to know about your contribution. So please be sure about that.
We look for the summer internship in European industries, but the problem already to answer 1 month is shorter to receive any students in their industries. This is one of the weakness of our education system in Tunisia. I believe that.
Let me tell you that one of the companies, European company, it's a multinational. I will not say the name because I think I cannot say the name yet. That I was trying to convince to be here. They were not coming here because this company is organized in a regional way, and they was contacting my colleagues here in Barcelona from this company. So then, and I was trying to convince them to come here because of the internship, because of that. And then they understood the concept. They fully understood the concept, and for them it was very interesting. However, it was so interesting for them that they were saying, we have to talk with our corporate. We have to talk to corporate. The corporate is not in Barcelona. So, and we need at least 4 months for that. So then, I have told them that we organize an workshop in Rabat or in Casablanca? In Casablanca, sorry, in December, and they are open to attend this because this multinational, they have business in Morocco. Okay, so I'm not sure in Tunisia, but in Morocco for sure. Okay, so what I mean is that the issue, for example, in this particular case, the issue of the internship, if it is properly done, this could generate the interest of the industry. So I think that we have to build something consistent, solid, something that we can explain to the companies and to our governments in order to make this possible. Because as you were saying, only 1 month
is not possible. But for the final
yes, 6 months.
project study 6 months, it is possible.
Yeah. And then we have to plan everything in advance and so, but I think that we can start working on this concept today after the sessions, and then we should keep working in order to spread the message to other industries, and then to have them on board in Casablanca.
And for funding the stay of our students in European universities or European industries, our University of Monastir can fund 3 or 2 months of stay for 3 or 4 students.
Of course, we have to. I think that probably co-funding schemes should be explored.
Yeah.
So that this is excellent. Excellent. Very good news.
Do you know the apprentissage experience in some engineering schools in France?
I think
La
so.
formation par apprentissage. Do you know?
I think so.
The company.
But this formation apprentissage is on master level or in bachelor
No,
level?
for engineering degree
For
or
engineering degree.
technician.
Exactly. I know that for.
But the company gives money for students as a salary.
Exactly.
As a salary.
This is required. I know that this is in France. This is required by law.
Yes.
A company cannot have a person working there if this is not paid. I know this is
And
I think in Spain is something similar.
He is in the same time a personnel of company and he is student also.
Exactly.
And he comes.
Exactly.
And I think it is a manner to reinforce the.
Is this legal scheme valid in Morocco and Tunisia?
We have not this.
In Morocco?
We have it for technician in the what we call office de formation professionnelle.
Okay.
Il y a la formation par alternance. La formation par alternance.
C'est à peu près la même chose, mais par apprentissage, elle est gérée par une loi.
We have one experience at the National Engineering School of Sfax, and it doesn't work well. I don't know why. In our National Engineering
Par
School, we have.
apprentissage, il y a un engagement. C'est comme il a dit Sernet. Il y a un engagement de l'industriel pour former tel ingénieur dans tel domaine, tel technicien dans tel domaine. Et comme vous avez dit, il y a une préparation du programme ensemble. Et après, il y a des critères pour choisir les étudiants, etc. Mais il a un salaire dès le départ.
Oui, c'est clair.
Même les grandes écoles maintenant en France, ils ont une filière par apprentissage. La durée, the duration of studies is not necessarily the same as a normal student.
It's more longer.
Yes, in general. 1 year more. Et je pense que c'est une expérience originalement venue d'Allemagne dans les techniques, comment tu les as appelées? C'était une cheffaroche. Voilà.
Good job.
Entre parenthèses, l'ingénieur d'application existait au Maroc, existait en Tunisie, mais malheureusement avec le LMD, il a disparu.
Questions?
Who is the French speaker?
The French speaker is not is missing. So I was checking the email from time to time. For some reason he was not.
I think another problem we must discuss, because we have to work between many universities, is the legal problem of double or triple diplomation.
Well, we have, yes, that's a legal problem. We have some experience in Europe because of the long tradition of the Erasmus Mundus programs.
Yeah.
And the Geek Energy programs and now the Erasmus Plus programs. We have a tradition. Of course, you know probably that there is some networks of universities that they organize, and perhaps we could think about it. Why not? And now I'm improvising, okay? It's an improvisation. But I think we have the feeling. In Europe, there is a network of technical universities. Mm-hmm. The name is Cluster. I don't know if you're familiar. This network is very important. In fact, this network is so important that this network agreed in 2007 to run an application for a kick in energy, and we succeeded. So kick in energy is coming from that. From a decision, it's really coming from that. From a decision of the cluster network to run an application. And then we were hitting everything, KIT, KTH, UPC, Grenoble, IST, so we were on top of that. And we were doing so, and then we were contacting immediately SEA, we were contacting companies, we were contacting CMAT, I mean, different partners in different places, okay? So I think, I don't know, I should have to check, but perhaps it could be, and then this is an example of a very successful activity that the cluster network has done. That's very practical, and the success is very clear. So kick energy is there because of that, okay. On top of that, the origin of the cluster network was to have an alliance of universities, a stable one, and one of the objectives was to agree on the legislations and in the double degrees and multiple degrees. Okay, this was joint degrees and all these things. So this was the starting phase of clusters. So then perhaps we may think about a cluster of technical universities in Maghreb.
Yeah,
I'm improvising, okay? I'm improvising. But we can take the model of cluster. I mean, we have experience from that. And I'm pretty sure that your rectors, your presidents, the vice presidents in your universities, for sure they know, they have contacts with cluster. So I'm pretty sure that we can share experience. So we could think about it. So I think that the issue of the double degrees and joint degrees takes time because all legal issues are tremendous, But I think that if we agree in the concept that, okay, let's go for the concept. I think that's very important. So if we, perhaps this could be, my colleagues, Joan, Alex, Albert, perhaps we may write as a conclusion of, as a point of this session, in order to explore how to create a network, like a cluster in Maghreb, okay, and how to work about the bilateral agreements and the multiple agreements for these programs, because I think that this should be very beneficial. That's my feeling. Yeah, please, Claude.
Okay. Well, I think that we have not to start from nothing. So there are already existing networks in the Mediterranean, in Europe, also on specific thematics. I think that, for instance, in PV, you have a project which has been launched to coordinate different research programs throughout Europe, and which has an educational part, which is called the Cheetah, and we are part of it, so it's very easy to come. Also, one thing which is quite important and maybe can answer partly to what you mentioned, is the fact that there are networks of research infrastructures and technological platforms, test beds, where students can be educated there. So it's already existing also. We have in PV the project Sophia, which is run by Philippe Malgrange.
Exactly.
So, and they have also an educational module. So I think that, of course, we have to be very clear about all this networking. If it is needed to add some additional networking more for our needs, we can do it. But I would say that as Magrenov is concerned, our ultimate goal is really to train young people, to educate and train young people for entrepreneurship and partnership. That is really people with dual education, both technical and marketing, to be the link. It's not 100%. It's 5% of
Yes.
the total of educated people. But this is our target. So
Yeah.
it is important that we keep this in mind.
Okay.
I don't know how far we can go there, but it's very important to see, not to make just education for education.
Yes.
No,
It's
no,
very
of course,
important,
of course.
but we have specialists here.
Yeah.
I think that we want to make a difference on entrepreneurship.
That's extremely interesting, Claude, what you have said. Extremely interesting because, of course, we have to align efforts. And my feeling is at the end, Magrenov is a very important project, but it's a project of 3 years in duration. So my thinking, but of course we have to look for the best strategy, is a cluster is a network of universities. So then there is a limitation on that. I agree with you. There is a limitation. The good point about it, however, is that it is a stable,
Sustainable
is a stable network. That's a good point about it, because then we should look with Euros and Med and other experiences that are very interesting. But I think that we should create something sustainable.
Okay, well, and that exactly, I think that tomorrow we should have a very clear idea about that. If we want to apply for an Erasmus
Exactly.
together, to have very clear mind. I don't mind if we cover all the renewable energies or energy efficiency. I don't mind. What I tell is that Magrenov should focus on the specific work package for this dual activity. If it is needed to structure more broadly, we will do it for sure. But remember this point. We are very ambitious.
Exactly. No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So it will be maybe competitors.
Well, at the end we will collaborate. I guess. Let's see if we don't have more questions, since really our friend Christian Schaffer is not going to be connected, so for some reason he's not available. I suggest to close the session now, and then we go for lunch. And then I suggest that we have to close the room, and we need some time for doing so. So I will take opportunity to upload the files that we have there in the cloud and so. And then we're going to ask the room to be closed. That's important, so then you can keep everything here. No problem on that. And then I will take opportunity also to say hello to the people I have not been able to say hello before. No? So then Alvaro, Joan, and so if we can do so here. So thank you again, by the way, Souheil, for your contribution. So that's the end of session 1. So then please feel relaxed. In 2 minutes we leave the room, and then we